Hello. I know you're all struggling. That's probably why you popped by here. So the first tip I want to give you today is to choose hope over fear and realize that your irrational thoughts are creating self-defeating behavior and unhealthy negative emotion. Now, it's certainly normal to be concerned about getting sick or your loved ones getting sick at this time. Perfectly normal. However, if we are becoming fearful about it, we're freezing up. If we're becoming anxious about it, we're freezing up. That's unhealthy negative emotion. And you have a choice here. One thing that helps us get rational is unraveling what our irrational beliefs are. Now, the truth is, a great way to do that is to understand the concept of unconditional. And we have to understand that life happens, and if we accept that unconditionally, we're better off. Now, there's no reason in the world why us humans at this point in 2020 should not be impacted by some kind of virus like this. We've been very lucky to have the science that we do and getting a lot of handle on things. But the truth is, we don't have 100% handle on things. And we've been dealing with viruses for quite some time. In fact, if you look at our history of the flu or under influenza, we lost millions of people in 1918 around the world. So it's very important to understand this is not new to us. We have overcome it before. Sadly, people did die. Thankfully, regarding this virus, if you were to look at the percentage, many, many more people recover from this than actually die from it. So it's important to stick to the facts and know that, yes, you prefer not to get sick. You prefer that people that you love do not get sick. Yes, we're all being impacted in our businesses. Mine too. I am not speaking from a glorified seat. So I actually had to apply these things to myself. So in looking at my first power to relate, the first power to relate that I needed to do was to be rational and to live rationally, which has helped keep me sane in a crazy world for many, many years. Since my first training, which was 20 years ago, actually coming up this summer, 20 years ago, my first training. So yes, I understand what my preferences are, but I do understand that also this is a condition of life. And, it is something that, is being worked on. And in order to keep my levels of fear or anxiety at a healthy level, to concern, maybe being a little nervous, a little worried, if that's what you're feeling. For me, mostly it was about maybe being a little bit in shock, like, oh my goodness, how could this happen? But it happens, right? And I'm human. No matter how highly trained I am in this field, I still have some of my first reactions. So that's my advice to you, ultimately, is to work toward living rationally, thinking rationally, and choosing hope over fear.